The world of Rome was built on discipline, conquest, and sacrifice. To be a Roman soldier was not simply to hold a sword, it was to become part of a living machine that expanded the empire's reach across continents. You didn't join for adventure or glory. Perhaps you were a farmer's son, drafted into service, or a poor man promised land and citizenship after years of blood and toil. Few had a choice. Rome needed bodies. The recruiters painted a picture of honor, marching under the eagle standard, fighting for eternal Rome, your name carried in songs. But behind the speeches lay the grim reality. Your body was Rome's property. From the moment you swore the oath of allegiance, your life was no longer your own. Every soldier carried two truths. One, that Rome was invincible, and two, that you were replaceable. And so, you wake up this morning, not as a citizen, not as a son, but as one piece of the unstoppable war machine, the Roman legion. Today will test every bone in your body, every shred of your courage. And, by tonight, you may no longer exist at all. The first sound you hear is not birdsong. It is the harsh blast of a horn echoing through the camp. Long before the sun peaks over the horizon, you are shaken awake by the orders of your centurion. The air is damp, cold, and heavy with fog. The campfire smoke from last night still clings to your tunic. You shiver as the night's chill bites into your bones. There is no time to complain, no luxury of warmth. The camp must come alive. Tents collapse in unison. Soldiers scramble to gather their meager rations, tighten their belts, and secure their weapons. The camp, so carefully fortified the night before, must vanish as though it never existed. Your stomach growls, but breakfast is a cruel joke. Hardtack, dried grain, and a swallow of sour wine to keep you moving. Hunger must be ignored, all around. You, thousands of men rise at the same time, a synchronized force of breathing, coughing, clattering iron. It is not the start of a heroic march. It is the start of another day in which survival is uncertain. And today, unlike the others, you know battle is waiting. The human body was never meant to endure what Rome demanded. You feel the weight of exhaustion before the day has even begun. Nights in camp are restless, sleep broken by snores, footsteps, and the ever-present thought that tomorrow could be your last. The cold gnaws at your bones, but you do not speak of it. Complaining is weakness, and weakness invites punishment. A Roman centurion's vine staff is quick to find the backs of those who falter. Your rations hardly fill your stomach, but the hunger is drowned out by something heavier: fear. Fear of the unknown enemy. Fear of pain. Fear of watching your comrades fall beside you. It creeps into your chest, settling like a stone. But in Rome's armies, fear was not yours alone. It was a collective burden. You looked to the man beside you, his face just as pale, his eyes just as hollow. The knowledge that you are not alone in this misery is the only comfort you have. Still, as the centurion walks the lines, barking orders, you force your shoulders back. Rome has no use for a coward. You tell yourself the same lie every soldier tells himself: I will survive this day. Before you can march, before you can fight, you must first bear the weight of Rome itself. Piece by piece, you strap on your equipment. The lorica segmentata, the famous banded armor of the legion, clinks as you tighten the straps across your chest. It is heavy, restrictive, and merciless against your skin, but it is your only defense. Next, the helmet, a bronze or iron galea that presses against your head and neck. The cheek guards scrape your jaw, the neck plate digs into your skin. You know it will save your life, but it also feels like a cage. You take up your scutum, the great rectangular shield curved like a wall. 10 kilograms of layered wood, leather, and iron. Holding it is an effort. Holding it for hours is torture. Your right hand grips the gladius, the short stabbing sword. To outsiders it looks unimpressive, barely 2 feet of steel. But you know, its design is cruelly efficient. Stabbing kills faster than slashing, and Rome perfected the art of killing. Finally, the pilum, the heavy throwing spear. Its long iron shank bends on impact, making enemy shields useless. Carrying it, however, feels like dragging an anchor through mud. Altogether, your burden is 30 kilograms. 30 kilograms of survival, 30 kilograms of death. And the worst part, you must carry it not just into battle, but through miles of marching before you even see the enemy. When the order comes, the chaos of camp transforms into the precision of Rome. Thousands of men fall into formation, shields aligned, helmets glinting in the faint light. The centurions stride down the lines, their vine staffs cracking against shields as they shout, "Keep the line. Keep the pace." The column begins to move. Step after step, thousands of sandals strike the dirt road in unison. The sound becomes a rhythm, a heartbeat of iron and leather. Marching is not glorious. It is grueling. The shield digs into your arm. The helmet presses on your skull. Sweat runs down your back beneath the armor. Each mile feels longer than the last. The stones of the Roman road are uneven, sharp, unforgiving. Yet there is order here. Discipline holds the army together like glue. No man walks alone. If you stumble, your comrade steadies you. If your pack shifts, the man beside you adjusts. The column is more than a movement of men. It is a demonstration of Rome's power. Villagers who see it pass do not see individuals. They see an unstoppable wall. But you, inside that wall, feel only the ache of your shoulders, the sting of your blisters, and the gnawing truth in your chest. This march is not just taking you closer to battle. It is stripping away your strength, your will, and your humanity. And the enemy hasn't even appeared yet. The march feels eternal. Each step is punishment. The leather straps of your sandals cut into your feet, raising blisters that burn like fire. The shield grows heavier with every mile, your arms screaming for relief. But Rome allows no weakness. The column does not stop unless commanded. Water is rationed. Food is carried on your back, hard and tasteless, swallowed only to keep you alive. Time loses meaning. The sun rises, climbs, and burns overhead. Sweat stings your eyes, dust chokes your throat, and still the line moves forward. The world narrows to the sound of sandals striking dirt, the rattle of armor, the endless breathing of men forced into the same rhythm. You are not marching alone. You are marching as a machine. Each soldier is a cog, and should a cog fail, the machine grinds forward without it. At the edge of exhaustion, the thought repeats, "This is only the beginning." In the misery of marching, one truth becomes clear. You cannot survive this life alone. The man beside you shares his water. Another shifts his shield to take some weight off your shoulder. A whispered joke spreads down the line, breaking the silence for a moment. Small mercies, fragile as they are, keep you moving. The Legion is not a group of strangers. It is a brotherhood, forged in suffering. You fight not for Rome, not for glory, but for the man on your left and the man on your right. In camp, you share food, stories, and silence. In battle, you will share blood. The shield you carry is not only for yourself, it is to protect the man next to you. If you falter, you do not just risk your life, you risk his. That knowledge is a burden heavier than armor, but it is also the glue that holds the Legion together. Rome's greatest weapon is not the gladius. It is loyalty, discipline, and the bond between men who know death waits for them all. The march halts at last, but the silence that follows is not relief. It is dread. Ahead, smoke rises on the horizon. The enemy waits. You cannot see them yet, but you can feel their presence like a storm about to break. Around you, men glance at one another with wide eyes. Voices drop to whispers. Some pray quietly, fingers tracing small charms hidden beneath their tunics. Others sharpen blades in nervous repetition. Fear is everywhere, but it must be hidden. The centurions stride through the ranks, reminding all that hesitation will be punished as harshly as desertion. A Roman soldier must show no weakness, even as his heart races and his stomach churns. You look at your comrades and see the same truth reflected back. Each man is pretending. Pretending he is brave, pretending he will live, and so you pretend too. Because in Rome's army, fear is not an excuse, it is fuel. The horns sound again. The column halts. Shields are raised, formations adjusted. Through the haze of dust and smoke you see them, figures gathering across the field, an army raw and furious. Some are painted, shouting curses. Others beat drums or clash weapons against shields. The sound grows until it drowns out your heartbeat. They do not march in order like Rome. They surge like a tide, chaotic, unbroken by discipline. But chaos is its own weapon. The enemy's wild cries carry a terrible weight. These are men defending their homes, their families. They will fight with desperation. You shift your grip on the shield, your palms slick with sweat. The distance between you and them shrinks with every heartbeat. The moment has come. No more marching, no more waiting. They see you. Air is thick with tension. You know that once the lines collide, there is no turning back. Rome does not rush. Rome does not roar. While the enemy shouts and surges, the legion prepares with silence and order. Centurions bark commands, voices sharp over the chaos. The maniples, the small tactical units of the legion, spread across the field in precise lines. Shields lock together, creating a wall of wood and iron. Pylons are raised, waiting for the command to throw. You are part of this wall. Shoulder to shoulder, shield to shield, your comrades become extensions of your own body. Together, you are stronger than you could ever be alone. The enemy may be larger, they may shout louder, but Rome has discipline, and discipline is a weapon, sharper than steel. You feel the ground tremble as the opposing force begins to charge. The wall tightens, your heart pounds, sweat drips down your brow into your eyes. The centurion raises his arm, the order comes, and the battlefield erupts. The order comes, and thousands of arms hurl pylons forward. The air fills with the hiss of iron. Spears arc high, darkening the sky, before slamming into the enemy ranks with devastating force. Shields splinter, men scream. The pilum's clever design bends upon impact, piercing once, then rendering enemy. Shields useless. The effect is chaos. Warriors stumble. Shields drag uselessly. Formations crumble before they even touch the Roman line. But there is no time to watch. You reach for your gladius, the short Roman sword that has ended more lives than you can comprehend. The enemy is still coming, faster now, louder, and you are about to meet them. When the two lines meet, the world ends. The sound is deafening. Iron against wood, metal against bone, men against men. The impact rattles your teeth, shakes your shield arm to its core. You feel the weight of another man slamming against your scutum, his wild swing bouncing off the iron boss in the center. Training takes over. You do not fight as an individual. You fight as Rome taught you. Shield forward, gladius low, stabbing, not slashing. A quick thrust beneath a rib, a jab into a thigh, a strike into a neck. The enemy howls, larger and wilder than you, but his strength is wasted against the wall of shields. He swings overhead. Your comrade's shield blocks. You stab forward. Your gladius finds flesh. The man collapses, pulled under the crush of feet and bodies. There is no room to breathe. The press of men is suffocating. You are shoulder to shoulder, chest to back, the line shoving, grinding, killing as one. Battle is not glorious. It is suffocation. It is noise. It is blood sprayed across your face, screams in your ears, the stench of sweat and iron filling your lungs. And it has only just begun. Minutes feel like hours. The Roman line does not break. It grinds forward, inch by inch. Every step is bought with blood. The enemy hurls themselves at your shield, desperate to push through. You answer. With steel, the gladius stabs over and over, a piston of death. Short, efficient, merciless. The man to your right collapses, a spear through his throat. His shield drops, but another soldier immediately steps into his place. Rome does not stop for the fallen. The machine must keep moving. You stumble over. Bodies, friends and enemies alike. The ground is slick with blood and mud. Every movement risks slipping. Every step is a battle to remain upright. Your arm burns. Your lungs ache. Your ears ring with the clash of war. And yet you fight on. not out of bravery, but out of necessity. If you falter, the man beside you dies. If he falters, you die. The legion is not invincible because of strength. It is invincible because it refuses to stop. Warriors scream in your face. You smell their breath, see the whites of their eyes, feel the heat of their blood spray across your skin. Death is not distant. It is here, pressing against your shield, clawing at your life with every heartbeat. You stab, again. The gladius is not a sword. It is a butcher's tool. Each thrust finds soft flesh. Each thrust ends a man. You no longer see faces, no longer hear words, only shapes to be struck down before they strike you. Fear is gone now, replaced by something colder, instinct, survival, a numbness that shields your mind from the horror. A spear whistles past your ear. You duck. A club smashes into your shield, rattling your arm to the bone. You answer with a thrust beneath the arm of your attacker. He falls, choking on blood. There is no time to think, no time to mourn. You kill, or you are killed. And all the while, Rome pushes forward. At last, the enemy line begins to waver. Their wild energy burns out against Roman discipline. They falter, they break, they run. The centurions shout. The legion surges forward, pressing the advantage, cutting down those who turn to flee. The battlefield becomes a slaughterhouse. Bodies lie everywhere, Romans and enemies alike, friends. You marched beside this morning now lie broken, their lifeless eyes staring into the dust. The ground is thick with blood, mud, shattered weapons, and limbs torn from their owners. You are alive, for now. But the victory feels hollow. You are too exhausted to cheer, too numb to feel pride. Your arm shakes from holding the shield. Your legs tremble beneath the weight of armor. You look around at the field and realize the truth. Rome may have won, but you have lost something you can never regain. Because no one leaves a battlefield whole, not in body, not in soul. The fighting ends, but the noise does not. The battlefield echoes with a new sound. Screams. Not the battle cries of men rushing into combat, but the shrieks of the dying. Wounded soldiers writhe in the mud, clutching at torn flesh, begging for water, for mercy, for release. You see a comrade with his leg crushed, bone protruding through skin. He reaches for you, eyes wild with terror. You cannot help him. You step past. Rome has no time for the broken. The Medici, the Roman medics, move through the chaos, crude tools in hand. They saw off limbs, cauterize wounds with hot iron, pour vinegar into open flesh to burn away rot. The smell is unbearable, burnt skin, blood, and infection mixing into one. Some are saved, many are not. And the unlucky ones are left behind. The enemy is defeated, their camp overrun. Now comes Rome's reward. Soldiers fan out, looting the spoils of war. Weapons, food, livestock, gold, anything of value is taken. The legion moves like locusts, stripping the land bare. Huts are set ablaze. Prisoners are dragged in chains. Women and children screaming as they are forced from their homes. Rome does not show mercy to the conquered. Everything is taken, and what cannot be taken is destroyed. You join the pillage because you must. A soldier's pay is meager. The loot of war is often the only chance for wealth. You search bodies, strip armor, and take what you can carry. But the taste of victory is bitter. Every coin you pocket is wet with blood. Every prize taken is a reminder of the cost. Discipline is Rome's backbone. And tonight, it is on full display. One soldier is caught hoarding more than his share of loot. Another abandoned his post during the fight. Both are dragged before the legion. The punishment is brutal. The thief is beaten, stripped of spoils, and made an example before all. The deserter faces worse, decimation. His entire unit is assembled, and one man is chosen by lot. That man is beaten to death by his comrades, forced to kill their brother in arms to cleanse the stain of cowardice. You watch, silent, as the punishment is carried out. There is no choice, no mercy. Rome tolerates no weakness. The message is clear: fear your enemy, but fear Rome more. Even after battle, There is no rest. Orders are given. The camp must be rebuilt. The battlefield is still littered with corpses, but you are handed a shovel, not a bed. Trenches are dug again, palisades raised, tents pitched. The work is endless. Your muscles screaming with every motion. Smoke rises from burning huts on the horizon. The sun dips low, painting the field red as if the earth itself bleeds. Still, the camp grows. Rome never sleeps unguarded. At last, a crude semblance of order returns. Fires are lit. Guards take their posts. The machine of war resets, ready to march again at dawn. The dead cannot march with you, but they cannot be left behind either. Piles of bodies, friend and foe alike, are stacked high. Wood is gathered, flames sparked. Funeral pyres roar into the night, black smoke curling into the heavens. You watch as faces you knew that morning vanish into ash. The man who joked, beside you the one who shared his water, the one who shielded your side in the clash, all gone, consumed by fire. There are no speeches, no tears, only the crackle of flames and the silence of men too tired to mourn. The enemy dead burn too, but without ceremony. Their bodies are fuel, their souls forgotten. As the flames rise, the truth settles heavy in your chest. Rome marches on, but part of you remains behind in the smoke. At last, food. The cooks distribute rations, coarse bread, dried meat, a handful of olives, a splash of sour wine. The taste is bland, but tonight it feels like a feast. Your stomach is empty, your body hollowed out by exhaustion. Around you, men eat in silence. No boasting, no songs. The weight of the day presses too heavily on their shoulders. The only sound is chewing, the crackle of fires, and the faint sobs of the wounded who still cling to life. You eat quickly, because you must. The dead were burned, the camp rebuilt, but tomorrow will bring more marching, more fighting, more death. Tonight's meal is not nourishment. It is armor for the next ordeal. You hope for rest, but fate has other plans. Your name is called. Night watch. The darkness outside the camp is thick, endless. Torches flicker along the palisade, shadows stretching like grasping fingers. Beyond the ditch, the night hides everything, an ambush, a raiding party, or nothing at all. You do not know. Every rustle of grass, every snapping twig sets your heart racing. Your grip tightens on your spear, your eyes strain against the black. Hours crawl like years. You stand there, alone with your fear, knowing that if an enemy comes, you will be the first to die, and yet you must not falter. Rome stands because its soldiers do not sleep when others do. Even when your watch ends, sleep does not come. You lie on the hard earth, wrapped in a thin blanket, surrounded by men who look as broken as you feel. Some toss and turn, others mutter prayers. A few whimper like children lost in nightmares. Your eyes close, but the images of the day replay endlessly. Faces screaming, blood spraying, the weight of corpses underfoot. You see the eyes of the man you killed. You hear the voice of your friend, gone forever. Sleep, when it comes, is not rest. It is haunted. You wake drenched in sweat, heart pounding, gasping for air. The battlefield does not leave you, not in dreams, not ever. Morning comes too soon. The horns blare, orders are shouted, armor is strapped on again, straps tightened, helmets donned. The ritual repeats, as if yesterday never happened. Your body aches. Bruises bloom across your flesh. Cuts sting with infection. Every muscle protests. And yet you rise. You shoulder the shield, grip the gladius, fall into line. There is no choice. Rome marches on. The camp is dismantled, the fires extinguished. The legion forms once more into its iron machine. Ahead lies another march, another battle, another field that will drink the blood of thousands. You do not know if you will see the next dawn, but Rome demands it. The sun rises, and the march begins. Anew, your feet drag, your eyes sting, your soul feels hollow, yet still you walk. The line stretches endlessly, a river of iron flowing across the land. The people you conquer will curse your name, The enemies you face will die beneath your blade, and history will call you a soldier of Rome, disciplined, fearless, unstoppable. But you know the truth. There is no glory here, only pain, only exhaustion, only the endless march toward another battlefield. 24 hours have passed. You have survived one day in the life of a Roman soldier, but tomorrow it begins again. Most will never know the taste of iron dust in their mouths, the weight of a shield crushing their arm, the terror of killing a man at arm's length. But now, you have walked a day in their sandals. You have felt the grind, the fear, the endless march, and you understand why Rome's soldiers were both feared and pitied. Because to survive the Roman war machine was not to live. It was to endure.